All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. It is time for our Applied Knowledge Artist of the Week interview. And Applied Knowledge, man, if you into some dope gear, we like to support Black businesses, and they're definitely one we like to support here. Just go to their social media. That's Applied Knowledge _. And their motto is, it's what you do with what you know, man. And joining us, man, we got a legend in the game, one of the pioneers of the West Coast hip hop that I grew up on. And it's definitely a privilege and an honor to talk to this man right here, man. We got Jayo Felony in the building, man. What's good, sir? How are you?
Hey, what's good, bro? How's it going?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. First of all, man, I know California is kind of on fire right now. How's everything going in your side of town, man?
Oh man, I'm out here in San Diego, so it's not that bad. But I was up in LA a couple days ago, and it was like ashes all on the car, man. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And just the air quality is real crazy everywhere right now. So I'm just trying to stay in the house as much as possible, stay safe,
Yeah, on top of COVID and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah, it's crazy right now, man. It's like Armageddon right now. What the hell?
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it.
We're gonna have to, man. We're gonna have to, man.
No doubt.
Have you with your things that you've been through and just life in general, man, and your background, man? Yeah. Have you ever experienced anything like this before?
Oh no, man. First time we've been through this, this pandemic and just the whole thing with the police brutality and man, just the presidency and just everything's crazy right now.
It's like everything that could go wrong is literally going wrong this year, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm just trying to stay safe through it all, stay connected.
Yeah.
And be there for my family and be there for my friends and my loved ones, man. That's all I can do.
Definitely, man. Well, like I was telling you a little bit off air, man, I'm a fan of the culture first, man, before I do this show. And I grew up on music, grew up on hip hop, and I was an East Coast kid, what I'm saying? I grew up in Queens, but I always remembered Jayo Felony was always one of the cats that I was rocking, in New York. And
what's up? Shout out to Queens.
Shout out, man. Shout out. And it was crazy because I used to always be like, because you was a little bit different. Like you had the West Coast vibe, but you, in my opinion, you was a little bit more lyrical, when it came to it. And then you was on Def Jam too. So that was kind of probably why I was, you were so heavy in our neck of the woods. Talk about those Def Jam years, man. How was it for you coming up under the Def Jam University?
Oh yeah, man, it was crazy. That all originated with Jam Master Jay.
R.I.P.
Hollis, the King of Hollis, man. It was fun just being associated with even before I first put my first single out, I was already doing soundtracks, rolling with Jay and Russell Simmons. And they did the show soundtrack as well as Jason's lyric soundtrack. So that was the first me getting a taste of some type of having my songs being placed on something that was successful like that. And then we put out the album on JMJ Records, which also had the group Onyx with Sticky Fingers and Fredro on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See,
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you just reminded me. I forgot you came up under Jam Master Jay. Rest in peace to the legend himself. We just got word too, man. It seems like that they figured out, the people that were responsible for his murder, man. When you heard about that news, how you feel about that?
Oh man, it's just God working mysterious ways, man. You know what I'm saying? And maybe his family, can get some type of closure. I know it doesn't replace Jay or anything like that, but I know at least people being brought to justice for what happened.
Yeah.
So I know they get some type of closure, with the situation.
Yeah, we can finally get some answers because it seemed crazy, man. Just definitely seemed crazy.
Yeah. It took a long time, but I see people stayed on it, man, and they didn't give up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They really stayed on it and brought the murderers to justice, man. So it was crazy, man. That it took so long, but how the streets go. You know what I'm saying? People be, sometimes people fear for their own lives and things like that.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, Jayo Felony, man, you did some joints with some heavy hitters too, coming up in your career, still doing your thing right now. I got some singles that we're gonna blast here after the interview and everything. that you've been in, like I said, man, you came up in the West Coast hip hop scene, and you was one of the kind of the people I came up listening to when I got the attention of the West Coast. When that was your draft class, man, that was a heavy era, man. How was it coming up for you to kind of be in that, you know, with the Snoops and the Dre's and the DJ Quicks and you know, the whole Death Row movement in general, and just, you know, you was in that mix too, holding your weight. How'd that feel for you?
Oh man, it was like, you know, I mean, you know, I look up to a lot of those guys, man. So it was a blessing to finally, you know, be able to work with them. And it was like, you know, for me coming up out of the Youth Authority and things like that,
Mm.
listening to these guys on K-Day radio, and you know, just growing up with that type of music, and finally being able to work with those guys was a blessing.
Mm.
And you know, like I really looked up to guys like DJ Quick too, you know, him being so talented with, you know, producing as well as writing, you know what I mean, and rapping and producing, you know what I mean. I always looked at that as being, you know, some legendary stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just like even with guys like Eric Sermon, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I used to trip on how guys know how to make tracks and rap at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, just giving class out. So it was like, man, once I started working with guys and being around those situations and being around dudes like Keith Murray and Method Man and just the whole hip hop, you know, family, man, it was a blessing.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
And it's like your pedigree is kind of like Corrupt was. It's kind of like you were on the West Coast, but you hung out with a lot of East Coast dudes, and so you kind of got to sharpen your skills, you know, kind of battling, because you know how New Yorkers, you know how we are, man. It's kind of like, oh, this is what you want to do. Let's go bar for bar.
Yeah, man, it used to be real fun. When I used to be out in New York with Jay, and he used to have me like battle rapping against guys. And, you know, I used to, you know, let them have it, man. And it was real fun. I wasn't playing around. You know, I was real hungry at the time. So it was like I was just letting niggas have it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you learn a lot in those sparring sessions like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
you learn how to, you know, get crafty with the words.
Yeah.
You know?
Any memorable battles that you could talk about that you was just kind of like, I can't believe I'm sitting in a room battling this cat right here? And we don't have to have winners or losers.
Most of the guys it was like people trying to get on, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas hanging around the studio, smoking our weed up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Them type of niggas. And niggas think they know how to rap. Niggas be like, nigga, I got 100 on it. You know what I mean? It's street hood shit. You know what I'm saying? So half of the motherfuckers I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? Got you,
man. Do you miss kind of like those times, the kind of like the raw and just the organic?
I used to like being out there because it was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm the type of guy, if I'm in your hometown or whatever, I know where I'm from and I'm gonna hold that dear to my heart. But my thing is, if I'm out there in New York, nigga, I'm gonna have on Timberlands, I'm gonna dress the part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. You know, it's about us, you know what I'm saying, expressing each other culture, man, and you know what I'm saying, and respecting it. So I'm gonna blend in if I go somewhere. So I miss being out in New York, being in Queens and stuff like that, going to the barbershop, then the barbershop turned into the strip club at night, and we close the thing down, you know what I'm saying? And we get the Hennessy out and smoking and throwing ones or whatever the hell we doing, having fun. But you know what I'm saying? It's about, man, I like being a part of wherever I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And you was around. You was kind of around in the middle of and after the fact of the wars. Us cats that grew up in that era, we call that the war, the coastal wars.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to see the middle of it, and you kind of got to see the tail end of it when people was just really realizing like, yo, this is bullshit, man. People shouldn't be dying over this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just. But
you know what I'm saying? I was born out in VA in Portsmouth, Virginia.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to be out there. Like when I was on the run, I was on the run from the California Youth Authority. So I was hanging out in Virginia trying to turn a certain age. Yeah. And once I turned 21, you get like a what they call a dishonorable discharge.
Yeah. So
I didn't have to worry about getting locked up no more. So I was actually on the run from parole when I got my deal with Jam Master Jay.
Ah, you know nice. I mean? So Jay saved your life too, man. He kind of focused that energy.
No doubt. Yeah. Then the next thing you know, I was on the Jason's Lyrics soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then we did the show soundtrack. So, you know, that's where it all started.
Two iconic soundtracks. Because again, we're in a different time now where you really don't get the official soundtrack anymore to movies. So because you had those joints off there. You bringing back memories, bro. I'm telling you, man. So when you look back at that, when you think about that, when you look back at that, man, how does that make you feel? Like, you know, I really, like I said, you contributed to the game in a positive way. How does that make you feel sometimes when you look back at it?
Oh man, I just count it as a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful and I'm, you know, grateful to even just, you know, even beyond music, man, just to still be, you know, living and breathing and enjoying life every day and just being thankful, man, for life. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you take that for granted. You take just getting up every day, like, hey, I woke up today. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't have to be blessed to wake up. You know what I'm saying? So I take that first of all, and I take that as not a small thing. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? I look at just getting up every day as a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So especially with all the stuff going on in the world right now. So I'm just thankful to still be here, you know, and having the love that I do have for music and you know, touching the people and people loving what I do is what keeps me going. So I just try to be the best at it, at what I do. I never stop studying my craft. You know what I'm saying? I always, you know, and I still write with a notebook and a pen. So I guess I'm still old school. You know what I mean? So when guys see me in the studio, these younger cats, you know, I don't know what they be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's looking like I got an old Lincoln Continental. I don't know. But when we get on the fucking mic, you know, when we get on the mic, you see that no matter what you write in your phone or whatever, it's not going to compete with what I have on this paper. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to outdo you. Is what I'm trying to get at. So what does it matter?
Exactly.
Because I call myself a writer, so if I'm typing everything in my phone, it takes away from my pen. I don't understand it because I don't know. I guess I'm old school.
Nah, I like it, bro. Because like I said, I still do the same thing, man. I still draw a calendar. I still draw calendars in the book and write stuff down. It's just something. It's just something that with that connection, when your brain thinks something, you can write it right there. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. And I still study what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come with some heat. I'm not gonna play around. You know what I'm saying?
And especially, I know with you coming under the tutelage of Jay, man. I know he didn't play that where he wouldn't even let you. He wouldn't let you near a mic unless you knew what you was gonna say before they cut that mic on.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? You know, we was in the studio a lot in Jamaica, Queens, and 24/7 studios and stuff like that. Creating, you know, so you know, we had a lot of fun, man. Me, Jam Master Jay, and then the homie T-Funk. He was the producer. He was in a group called Family back in the day with him and his brothers from New Jersey. And he was the producer over there with Jay. You know what I'm saying? So we used to do a lot of dope music over there.
Yeah, you still got connections and ties out there. Do you still, you know, talk to like Sticky and all of them at all?
Yeah, I was on tour. We was on tour. We connected with Sticky and Fredro. Sticky Fingers was actually in a film that I did last year called Broken Ground with me and Exhibit. It came out on World Star. They like an independent film that me and Exhibit did, and Sticky was in it with us. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We connected, man.
Nice.
That's my bro.
That's dope, man. It's dope to see that. Still, like I said, still dope to see the legends still out here doing their thing, and even like you say, you may not be purposely trying to pass on certain things, but I bet when you're in the studio with the youngsters and they see how you work, you know what I'm saying? You know they got to respect what you did. You know what I mean? So you know they're taking notes.
No doubt. But it's all fun at the end of the day, man. You know, with me, I don't have a generational problem or a gap like that. Like, I don't judge people music, you know what I'm saying? I just like having fun. If it's bumping, I'm gonna dance to it. I'm gonna knock, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have fun. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about. It's about being creative, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't have no situation like that. I just like music. So if it's dope to me, I'm a bang it.
Yeah, and that's definitely that West Coast feel too, is where you guys, the West and the South was always you know, carry on tradition. Like, okay, these are young cats coming up. Let's put them on. You know what I'm saying? Let's teach them game, put them on so they can carry on tradition. Where, you know how we do in New York. We was a little ignorant and a little hard headed. We wanted all the glory. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about what Jayo Felony got going on now, man. You got new music out right now. You working on an album or anything like that?
Yeah, man. I have 2 albums that just came out. My boy Sir Jinx helped me put them together. Shout out to the legendary Sir Jinx.
Legend.
I have 2 albums out right now. One is called Hood Invasion, and the other one is called In the Trenches. They both dropped on the same day, and they crazy, man. I want you guys to go check them out. It's out on all major platforms. We have the new song we're shooting the video to called Believe Me. We was trying to shoot the video last weekend in Vegas, and the damn party kept getting shut down. So I'm gonna have to go do. We got some scenes, but I'm gonna have to go do some more scenes. The virus is not playing, man, and I ain't trying to catch it, man. I'm trying to be safe, man.
I hear
you
that.
know what I mean? So
I hear that, man.
You know, there's a lot of booty shaking, man, but you know what I'm saying? It's hard with the mask on.
Yeah. That sweat get the dripping, right?
Yeah, man. You can't put your face in it with the mask on, man.
Yeah. You said something too, man. You released 2 projects at the same time, and we in that generation now. We into just some technology where you could do that, where you are an independent artist and you are the CEO of the business now. You don't really need the label as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's called Hood Invasion and In the Trenches, man. Y'all got to check them out. I was real. You know what really made it exciting for me was that I did it on my own. You know what I'm saying? You know, the response from out here, man, they loving it. You know, people are tripping that I dropped 2 projects. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited about it. I was real excited about working with Sir Jinx and him, you know, being involved with Cube and America's Most Wanted and his whole history and his, you know, dedication to the West Coast, man. And me just, you know, finally being able to drop music and do it on my own platform, as well as me getting control of, you know, all the previous music that I dropped on Def Jam and things like that, getting the ownership back of those albums, and things like that, so I can re-release them.
Nice. So you own all your masters now.
Yeah, man. And I'm really excited about my future. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful, man. You know, life has its ups and downs, but only the strong survive. You know what I mean? So I'm just thankful that I put God first. I went to the penitentiary twice. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you one thing, I stay hood with it. I ain't never been on no protective custody and none of that. You know what I'm saying? And hey, people know me as a well-known rapper, but I was in jail with everybody else. And you can check my file. You know what I'm saying? If I got to go to the back and fight or whatever, hey, I ain't no better than nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
Just a man standing on your own too.
But that's what it's going to be. We're going to go to the back and fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're going to know about me. And I'll be looking at a lot of gangster rappers or rappers that act tough, but they're not going to go, if they did get into trouble, they're not going to go in there with everybody like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man.
And I feel it's kind of hypocritical to what you say you stand for through music, but then you don't stand for that in real life.
Exactly. And real quick, man, if you don't mind, let's go on the business end. I know you said you got your master's, and congratulations on that, brother, because a lot of people, how important is that for an artist to have their master's? Because I wouldn't mind you giving a little game right there real quick to the artist as far as getting your master's. What's the importance of that? Like,
it's important, man, for your legacy and for, you know, just having ownership. And then, you know, if let's just say if it's successful, then you have something to leave your kids and your children, man. You know, your family. You know, when it's all said and done, you decide to hang your head up. You have something that your family can fall back on. You know, for you know, generations if you do it right. You know what I'm saying? So and it's like, you know, that's where it should be. We should own our own masters and things like that, and get proper situations that we can feed our you know, our families, you know, even when we're gone. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been so bad, and the music industry has been so messed up when it comes to the artists, you know, getting their money. You know what I'm saying? And we've been messed over so much. It's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? And the companies usually make all the money, and whatever they give you, you always got to give it back. And at the end of the day, you really don't make nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that contract, that con artist track that, you know, we were always signing through the history of music is just old and played out. So, you know, it's about ownership, man. And the internet has helped out a lot. for people to be entrepreneurs in the game without having to go through such a system that, historically that we had to go through to try to get some type of notoriety for our music. We have to go through these situations that put us in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, congratulations, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. Cause like I always try to tell artists when they come in, I'm like, if you want that deal, make sure you're willing to give up everything that you're going to put your name to. Cause you hear about artists.
These crazy deals to where now, the record label signs, they basically own everything you do.
Yeah. They own everything. They own your likeness and everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool, man.
So
that's
it's like,
not cool.
What's the point? You know what I mean? I might as well get hot on my own to where y'all gonna try to come after me anyway, and then I don't really need you. I just keep making my own money independent.
Dope, man. Dope. So that's
it's
dope.
like I'd rather have 10,000 real partners, real fans than a million, fans that I don't even know and shit.
Exactly.
Niggas got fans. I be looking at their Instagram. And they be having fans, and I look at their friends, and they be like all Chinese people.
Yeah, them bots working again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I know you don't know all these Chinese people. I don't know, man. But hey, man, I guess you can be who you want to be.
I'm the same way, man.
It's all good.
I'm the same way, man. Like I said, this is an independent radio show, so everything comes out of my pocket as far as paying for licensing every month, so we can get the artists paid and all that kind of stuff. So I tell people all the time, I don't need no corporation around anything I'm doing right now.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put my rod in the water, and we're gonna get the same fish.
Exactly. Exactly, man. Dope,
Straight
man.
up.
So social media, man, what's the best way we can follow Jayo Felony right now?
Oh man, you can hit me on Jayo Felony Music at Jayo Felony Music on Instagram, or James Savage Music on Facebook. I got JayoFelonyOfficial.com. If you guys want to get the hard copies of my new projects, I just got the hard copies made. I'm about to go pick them up in the truck today.
Nice.
You know what I'm talking about? Hood Invasion in the Trenches out right now. Powered by the legendary Sir Jinx. Hey man, y'all check me out.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you because as soon as them hard copies come out, bro, I'm gonna place me in order, man.
No doubt, man. That's what's up. I appreciate you, bro.
Definitely.
You guys are really love the music, man. I guarantee it, man. It's really dope. It's refreshing, and it's that good West Coast heat.
Definitely. Are you working with any young artists right now that we need to be aware of, that we should keep an eye on right now?
Oh man, right now I got my little homie Bully 3. He's on the way, coming out, and my boy Bossman Hall from out here from Skyline in San Diego.
Okay.
He's doing his thing. He's on my new album. I also got 2 more projects coming out real soon. One of them is called Run It, and that's with my bro Slider Piper. He does a lot of music with Dr. Dre, and we have a new project coming out, as well as my other album called Get Your Feet Whooped. Okay. And that's coming out on the same day as Run It. So
nice.
I got a lot of music coming out, man. You guys gonna really love it.
There you go. Flood the blocks, brother. Just like the old school.
Doubt,
flood
man.
the blocks,
No
man. Well, I tell you what, man, like I tell artists all the time when they come on here, man, this may be your first time on the mixtape show, but definitely not your last. The door is always open, and we definitely love to have you back whenever you drop those new projects, and we can talk about those. Typically during the summertime and springtime, I scoop the family up and we take road trips so I can go out there and get some interviews. 2020 is kind of a wrap this year, so hopefully maybe next year, man, we can get together sometime and we can chop it up face to face and do this, man. I could bring the camera crew and we'll do this face to face. Dope, man.
You already know, bro.
All right, anybody,
now, man.
Definitely. Anybody want to shout out before we get out of here?
Sure. Hey, man, I want to say y'all go check that music out. Much love. Thanks to Angela Covington, man, for putting this together.
Shout out, Ange.
Y'all keep it lit.
There we go.
West Coast, Jayo Felony.
There we go. We're going to get into some of these jams, bro. And hold on a second real quick, and I'm going to holler at you, all right?
All right, cool.
All right, we'll be right back.